Welcome back, everybody, to Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. Before we get going, I'd like to point out something that a number of people in the comments pointed out that I never noticed before. When you hold up to do your soul attack, someone's belt has a smiley face on it. I never noticed that before. And now I can't unsee it. Thank you very much. Sound a little dark about that. Thanks to everyone who actually looked at the Kickstarter and actually ended up backing it. It's good to know I'm not going to be the only person in that credits plan. I was a little worried I was when I backed it myself. But that is not the important thing right now. The important thing right now is we are a man on a mission. And that mission is to figure out what the hell our mission is. We've entered a new area called the Chapel. Now, a bunch of people in the comments were saying various things. So I asked the question like what souls you want me to use. A lot of people suggested some pretty good souls, to be honest. We're going to try to cover this whole map area you're seeing on the map right now. That's going to be the objective of today's video. But yeah, some people were suggesting specific things like, hey, go back and get this specific soul, like, go get the Peeping Eye soul, which I might have been a little too vague about. I don't know if I actually clarified. Ooh, hello, Axe Knight. Have some nose water. I wasn't quite clear about it. Oh my god, that was bad. The Peeping Eye actually shows you what walls are breakable. So a lot of people were saying, hey, you should go back and get it. The reason I have not done that is a little tricky, but a little simple at the same time. The problem is that some of the souls have base catch ranges. And right now, our luck is 14. It's pretty abysmally low compared to how it can be later on. So we need to get a little bit more luck before we start attempting stuff like that. Otherwise, it may take forever. And my worry is, and maybe you guys might feel differently about this, I don't know. Oh, good job. My worry is if I do too much grinding to try to get souls, that'll level up too much and I'll make the game too easy. Since this has RPG elements, you can make the game too easy for yourself by just constantly leveling up. So I'm trying to avoid that, but at the same time, I would like to do at least 100% soul run, but we may not do that in the first run of the game, and that'll make more sense later. I may have to just show you souls after the game has been beaten, because there is a new game plus to this game, and there's also hard mode to this game. Hard mode actually, oops, I'm gonna do that every time now, aren't I? Let's switch up our soul set a bit. Hard mode lets you actually get certain items that you can't get anyways. I think there's about 5 different items you can get. Plus, obviously, it's New Game Plus, so all your stuff carries over. And, well, sort of. I believe your souls carry over, but your equipment doesn't. Or it's the other way around. It's one of the two. Thank you. The other thing is, obviously, yeah, it's obviously harder. But it would be a lot easier to get a lot of souls that way, because especially since we can control our luck a little bit better, because we'll have certain items that will actually let us up our luck. I'm hoping to get one of those this video. There is a soul that we can get this video that will actually up our luck by a decent amount, at least for early game. A little too close for comfort there. Taking a few more hits than I want, but at least I got that cleared out. I thought there was a cool thing we could get, but I guess not. Not yet. That's where we already were. Down here is a dude. Can't even reach him. I need double jump for that. It's gonna take a lot of small hits and just kind of level up here. We are sort of close. How much are even those bone dragons worth at this point? Flip me over there. I'm also a little sad we haven't got any souls compared to last time where we were just getting souls like candy last time. Bone Pillar is worth 9 each. Alright, no, we'd still be a ways. So I will say, at the very least, we're going to be fighting a lot of bosses in this specific video, because I believe there are 2 on the map currently that we're going to be fighting. One's just kind of in the way, and one will get us a new ability and introduce us to a new character. We've almost been introduced to all the characters at this point, too. Oh my god. Giant Ghost. Tiny Devil. Both actually pretty good souls if I can get either of them. Here's hoping. Survey says no. Alright. believe that is... I don't know why I'm trying to jump on there, too, because you got to keep in mind, I've already got this, so we can just throw that. But since I'm using EXP to get that, or EXP, using MP to get that, it kind of makes it redundant. As someone pointed out in the comments, and I should have remembered, but I did not, any time that you've used any MP, the candles will drop hearts. That is how you rebuild your magic, unless you want to wait over time. However, if you actually hit the candles when your MP is full, you get money instead. So certain ones will obviously hold better rewards. So 10 bucks, 10 bucks again. Skeleton Arch, or that's what I'm using. Skeleton Knight. More Skeleton Knights. Wall we can't destroy. And I don't even think we can even go up at this point, can we? Oh, yes, we can. Not that it matters. You're going to see me doing this a little bit where we go to areas where we can't really do anything yet, but we might get lucky and get a nice soul drop or something. Because going up here is a little pointless right now. I think there might be one item we can get there, but I believe the rest you're going to need the double jump for. And again, I may be thinking of the previous area where... Uh-oh. No, not Durga. I thought you were someone else. Damn it. Looking for the curly soul, because that's going to be important for a secret later. One of 3. One of 3 souls that will get us that super secret. A lot of people are really pumped about playing through this game again. And I'm happy a lot of you actually that have never played the game before actually gave it an honest try. I'm actually really glad. Like I've said in the past, this is my favorite of the Igavania Castlevanias, but they're all pretty good. Maybe except for Harmony Dissonance. Not too many... there was something about Dissonance that really never... Actually, hang on. Before I destroy you. Isn't that the weapon I'm already using? Fantastic! That's great. Glad we came up here. Well, we needed the map clearance anyways. Alright. Oh my god. That was terrible. Now I've forgotten what I was talking about. Alright. Harmony Dissonance, I enjoyed it, but I remember out of the 6, handheld Igavanias, or Metroidvanias, whatever you want to call them, it was the only one I never really, kept replaying. I played Circle of the Moon a ton. I played this a ton. Dawn of Sorrow, well, I'm gonna love-hate with Dawn of Sorrow, I guess. Which is a little sad, because it is a good game, but it's got some problems. Mainly I can't go over there yet. Mainly the fact that you have to grind, you actually need to grind certain souls to actually get through that game. Which bummed me a little bit out. So I remember I actually got halfway through the game, then stopped for some specific reason, which I think was I needed to find a soul and I couldn't get it to drop. And then I ended up playing Portrait of Ruin, because I think that had come out at the time. Portrait of Ruin was fantastic. I would say that's my second favorite, but Order of Ecclesia was really good too. So I think it's a personal favorite though. If I had not done Aria, I probably would have done Portrait. But I don't remember Portrait as well though, because Portrait was, I think the only thing I remember is Dracula basically looking like he belonged in a mariachi band. It's a very silly game. I also remember having cream pies and paper airplanes as weapons in that game. God, that game was fun. Alright, to deal with these Unes, I'm going to want to get... I guess Skeleton's going to be the most helpful at this point. Or the Spears. Yeah, let's try it. Nope! Alright, it's the bones. Even these little weeds drop plants. Or drop souls. Ha! I forgot they did that. Oh well, that makes it easier. I think that was what someone was warning me about, what they would throw. Someone said they wanted me to specifically keep fighting the skeletons and wait till they threw something something weird. Didn't realize it would be their head. Alright, we've got our boss coming up. We got the door there. I've used a bit more MP than I wanted, but let's go for it. I think I'm going to stick with the winged skeleton since I know it can hit multiple times. Let's go! It's time to find a Chimera. Or, sorry, Manticore. It's not a Chimera yet. Alright. Can we fight the actual... Ah, crud. It's because of the layout I can't do that. Oh, nice, I can. Sweet. That's it, John. Just keep taking as many hits as possible. That's the best plan you've had all day. Obviously, Manticore, a lion, a bat, and a scorpion. Oh, 3 shots. What? That sting's going to hurt like a ton, so I got to stay away from it. Oh, man. I'm in a bad spot. He's dead. Never mind. We're in a good spot. Yay. Okay. I guess that level up helped a little bit more than I thought. That's one of my least favorite parts about that fight is how close it is when you're fighting him. I know I could have jumped over and given myself a little bit more room, but I don't know, you can also just stay there. It's completely doable, as you saw, just you take a bit more hits than you'd like. Alright, let's get a new accessory. It is a silk robe. Oh no, this is actual armor. It is weaker than what we're currently wearing, but it ups our intelligence by 5. Ooh. So we'd lose 1 defense, but we basically go up 5 for soul attacks. Yeah, let's do it. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken... Yeah! I knew I remember that one. Big old bag of money. $1,000 bucks. As you can tell, we have not found any use for the money yet, but I'm pretty sure you can piece together what that's gonna do. Give us a laser. Oh, here we go. All right, so these are the guys I'm probably going to want to be grinding on a little bit. Ghost Dancers. Because I believe if I can get their soul, and it's going to be a little tricky, because they're also hard to reach at the moment. I think there's another set down here. Ooh, okay, let's calm down. Calm down there, buddy. Calm down. Calm down. Can stand still. I'll actually be able to hit him. There we go. Much better. Has a coddle. Thanks a lot. I can't even reach any more ghosts, can I? What happens if I leave the room and come back? Will they be lower or will they stay high up? They will stay high up. Alright, never mind. Okay, those ghost dancers are what we're going to be wanting to grind because they have a luck +4 if we can get their soul. And it's a permanent buff. Ooh, also, I really want this dude's soul. And I don't want to just stand there and take hits from him. To actually kill him. The Flea Man. Yeah, this actually is better than I thought. Flea Man soul is actually pretty cool if you can get it. At least I found it helpful when last time I played this. There we go. Let's level up again. Wish leveling up healed you, but I guess that would be too simple. Yo, Tiny, where are you going? Where are you going? No, don't run away because I stabbed your friend. Get back here. Get down here. Much better. Okay, we can't get over there yet, so that's pointless to check out. So let's keep going down here. We're going to a new area already? I thought it was the same area. Uh-oh, hang on. We have basically a... Oh, not a Titan. What am I thinking of? Oh, no. Oh, no, I forgot my Resident Evil lore. Shit. What Mr. X is. I guess he's a Titan. I think that's the term. Flash the real term on screen, and then I'll feel dumb for not remembering Resident Evil 1 that well. Which, to be fair, I've never actually beaten Resident Evil 1 because I didn't have a PlayStation growing up. The first Resident Evil I beat was Resident Evil 2. Are you Curly? No, you're Durga again. Resident Evil 2 I beat primarily because it was on the N64, because I was a Nintendo kid growing up. Which is also why I did not play... And this might also account for why I like Aria so much compared to the others. I didn't actually play Symphony of the Night until I had already played all 3 of the Game Boy Advance Castlevanias. So one thing you have to keep in mind growing up, if you're fairly young, is, or maybe you've just forgotten about this at this point because of the way that the internet and gaming works in general now. It was a lot harder to actually get access to old games at the time. Like, now you can get Symphony of the Night. Oh my god, every time I see you. Now you can get Symphony of the Night straight up on the PSN. You couldn't do that back then. The first re-release of Symphony of the Night was the PSP port of Dracula X Chronicles. And that was I want to say that was 2005, I think. Even later. I feel like I've made a mistake. So, my first time playing it was actually borrowing it off of one of my roommates. And, as a result... I mean, even I think Dawn of Sorrow was even out at that point, for that matter. Man, did I play Symphony that late? Like, it was a really good game, don't get me wrong. Symphony's great, but... I think it's just because I got to these guys first before Symphony, I think I just enjoy them more. And I know some people are thinking, well, why didn't you just emulate it? Because you could emulate back then. PS1 emulation, even now, is still kind of a mess, and definitely back then. So that's primarily why. All right, I feel like I'm going... There's a save point around here somewhere. Ooh, that's a soul someone wanted me to get. Is this the save point? This is somewhere I can't even reach. Never mind. I'm looking for a save point, please. I need to heal because I am stupid and taking way too much damage. Also, kitty. Every time you kill the student witch, she turns into a kitty. Kitty does not do any damage, thankfully. Ooh, but we've got a bastard sword. Is that going to help any? Ups damage by 2. Long sword with a broad blade and hilt. How do I swing it? All right. We'll go for it. We've got a lot more range now. A little slower, but I think that range is going to help a lot. Especially with how up close and personal I've been getting to enemies and taking hits as a result. Man, we're already almost 10% in exploration already in this video. Jeez. It's crazy how fast it starts at the beginning, but we'll probably mainly be just exploring this video, like looking for new areas. We might end with a little bit of backtracking since we'll be getting a new ability. But I think for the most part, it'll be all new areas, with one small exception, and that'll make sense after the boss fight. Oh, come on. I even had your soul by now. Come on. Man, I have nothing else to up my luck, right? Yeah, that's as high as my luck's going to be right now. All right. Let's hope for some new souls. I like to mix things up here. I am really not liking how many hits I've been taking. Oh my god, and that is not helping. Don't want to have to use a healing item already. I'm going to feel really dumb for it. We've got to be close to the save point. Alright, here we go. Look at that. Look at how sweet Soma is pushing this block. He uses his shoulders to do it. That is impressive. Doesn't lose his damn pimp stride, too. That strut is amazing. Also, he's like trying to slowly box this box. Okay, so I'm just showing this off for the main point here. So there's an item over here that you can get. However, I don't think you can actually... No. Never mind. You can't reach it yet. But once we get double jump, which I guess I spoiled that. You probably figured it out at this point. We're getting a double jump. It'll be a piece of cake to get at that point. Really? Come on. I'm really feeling like I should start changing that a little bit. I have nothing else on here, right? Yeah. Oh, God. Stay away. Oh, you especially stay away. Ectoplasm does, if it hits you, does what puts you in a curse status. Which, it doesn't do damage, thankfully. Well, I mean, the enemy does. The main reason curse sucks is because it drains all of your MP, meaning you can't use any souls. You're stuck with just using your weapons. Not that that's necessarily... Ooh, God! A bad thing. But it's just really inconvenient at times. Man, really? Actually, I think there's one just up ahead, but I gotta be careful, because I believe this guy here is dead. Sweet. I believe that guy actually puts you in stone status, which, just like a Medusa would do, turns you into a big old, let's say, trophy. Ooh. Hi! Nice! There we go. This is our first enhancement enchantment I've already forgotten the names, haven't I? Now we are immune to curses. Perfect. That is actually really helpful, but as soon as I get a luck bonus, we're switching to that. I'm wondering if I should be testing my luck by going up here, because I'm very sure there's a save point right here. Yeah, alright, sweet. We're good. Someone else told me to point this out, too. I did not notice this. See this guy right here that I'm stabbing with my sword? That is a... I was about to say tombstone. Wow, John, where are you today? That is... That is a casket. Specifically, a very familiar one to those who have played earlier Castlevania games, specifically Alucard's casket. So that's a little foreboding. Uh-oh. Nope. No, didn't mean to leave. Obviously, if you leave an area, come back, everyone respawns, and any damage you clocked on the enemy, it's back. His health, he's back to full health. So let's go look up here first, because we're pretty close to the boss, I think. I think it should be just underneath that. And I believe this is a fake wall. Yeah, there we go. New weapon? No, it's a melon. It's just a slice of melon. A whole room dedicated to that damn piece of melon. It's been some really good food. Drac was a big fan of melons. Ooh, and a $100 coin. And I threw that spear the wrong way. Nice. Get rid of this guy first. Whoa. Oh, there we go. You gotta struggle to get out of it. I forget if you take double damage in the stone status or not. I think that might only be in certain games. I don't think that applies in Aria. I believe you just lose the ability to move, period. And just because I can, top up her health. You don't actually have to save to get the health recharge. You just have to actually have the menu pop up. What? Oh, because you're 3 slashes, not... Yes! We've got the student witch! Release a lethal cat that runs full speed at enemies. We now have attack cats. Ooh, it's expensive though. Oof. Looks like down is an option too. Let's check down first. Because I think... yeah. Hang on. Of course you'd fly, so I can't even try it. That thing right there. We can't get it yet. We need another ability. Very, very important. It'll make sense once we start picking it up. But unfortunately, we need an ability like at least 2 bosses from now. So we're going to have to backtrack to get that. So we've got to make a mental note of where that is. For now... Oh, shit, no. There is another character we haven't met yet. It's our first... Well, not our first. Our second female character, but our first who actually seems to know what they're doing. She seems to already know who we are, too. This is Yoko! She's a member of the church. She is a witch who is helping the church destroy the castle and Dracula. Also, a little name slip here. This is the reason I brought up the fact I had not played Aria or Castlevania Symphony of the Night before I played this, because I didn't get that hint the first time I played this game. It seems so obvious now, but at the time I didn't get it. I honestly didn't get it. I feel really dumb for that, for not realizing that later. They don't slam it in your face as much as they do in Dawn of Sorrow. If you haven't figured out who Arikado is at the in Dawn of Sorrow, then it's at it's like what can we do for you at this point? You can't. We can't make it any more obvious. But this one they try to hide it a little bit and coyly hint at it with Yoko. Ooh, we've got dark powers. That's not a good sign. I mean, to be fair, we're stealing souls, so how could that be anything but dark? It's just like, I didn't realize that. Oh, there we go. Yoko's made everything awkward. All right, so a better description of what we have. We have dominion over monsters. But We don't want to do that, which makes sense. We'd rather be back in Japan with our pocket knife and our friend, who we're totally not dating. Ooh, and here's an important point. It's like a weapon. Its user decides whether to use it for good or evil. So could it be possible that we could use our power for evil instead of good? Well, apparently, that just calms down Soma. And while they say, like, you're losing sense of self, you're really not. I guess just more of the idea that he's running around mindlessly killing monsters, which really makes sense. If you were locked in a castle running around killing monsters, you would probably start losing your sanity a little bit, especially if you were stealing their souls without even trying to. Remember to be confident, kids. That's most important. And now we're all better after that completely awkward conversation about how we might have dark powers. Oh, here we go. One of the few other characters we've seen so far. What's up with Graham? Uh-oh. He might be becoming Dracula. Uh-oh. It's definitely a bad thing. He didn't look like a bad guy in that tiny conversation we had, even though he was talking about occults and shit. And Nosferatu. Not Nosferatu. He was talking about, basically, prophecies. Nostradamus. It was Nos, at least. And it's not the rapper Nos, sadly. Alright. Looks like Graham's gonna be our bad guy based on what Yoko's saying, unless Yoko can't be trusted. I also thought, to be honest, Yoko might have been a bad guy, based on a couple small conversations you have. I think there's another one later on that kind of makes you think, like, maybe she's not telling the truth. She is. So Graham might not be trusted. So apparently Graham is going to be our main antagonist. Go, my attack kittens! Go! Kill the Minotaur! I forgot I had that equipped. So we got to worry about Graham by the looks of it. And this sweet $100 coin. Yeah, no, we're fine there. So we should probably get prepared for that. Too bad, he seemed like a nice guy in that small conversation we had with him. Alright, there's our next boss, but we're gonna go over here first and be greeted by something kind of freaky. You think it's a bad guy? No. It's just kind of here. But if you turn around, it opens up. Try to walk in, nothing. You have to backdash. It's a backdash door, which leads to a new area. And more attack kittens! Actually leads us to a new weapon. Should I use it in the boss, I wonder? Here we go. An interesting weapon right here. It's the whip sword. It's not as cool as it sounds, unfortunately. So it's the exact same damage as the bastard sword we have. The main difference, it's got a stupid amount of range. Look how far that goes. The only problem with that, of course, is that compared to the bastard sword, it's crazy slow. But, you know what? We've got it. Let's use it for now. I may switch to the bastard sword during the boss fight. I think, actually, we'll probably be okay with this, to be fair. Also, every time I see that, it freaks me out when we walk out of that. So, forget if you can actually destroy these. There might be a certain soul you get that destroys those. I don't remember. Alright, let's do it. Boss fight time. Are we going to keep the attack kitten? Yeah, let's keep the attack kittens. It's probably a terrible idea. Our next boss is, oh god, great armor. Go, my attack kittens! Oh, it's actually going a lot better than I thought. Except I'm now out of MP. Alright. Axe armors, or great armors rather, fairly straightforward to fight. Unless you get too close. Damn it, oh my god. I got too close for that, so I couldn't help to take damage. I'm gonna switch weapons. And I'm actually gonna switch these two. A good wing skeleton throw should do it. It's also faster attack. Wow, 8 damage? The cat was doing more damage? Really? Alright, I'll take your word for it. Yeah, so obviously the shield this thing has actually works. However, hitting it in the knees, hitting it in the ankles, a lot more effective. Here we go, another boss down. We're level 9 now. No soul, because that is a normal enemy as well. We will encounter that much later. Same with the, not the Manticore, the heck, whatever it was called. And now we get introduced to the best theme song ever, and a new character. Ladies and gentlemen, a bald man! Actually, wow. He actually does look like Dr. Baldman. I never even saw that before. Alright. So, this guy calls us a child, and we call him a grandpa. This dude's like 35, by the way. Soma's like 18. So, they're neither. Say hello to Hammer! A soldier from the army who just happens to be chilling in fucking Castlevania. And now they're just friends. They're good. Oh, he was sent to inspect the shrine. So the army's even interested in seeing what's going on with this castle. I guess they knew what was going on as well. Except apparently they didn't tell Hammer. Just completely just walked away from his mission. All right. What? So Hammer, sent by the government to investigate the shrine that supposedly leads to the castle in the sky, saw a bunch of weird people, presumably like Graham, Yoko, Aricado, fucking just decides to open a shop. What? Someone's even like, this is weird. Good for you. Glad you left your lucrative army career to sell things. And how do you know there's no monsters at the front gate? Aricado did that. All right. Give you a good. Well, now you know what you have to do with the money. Also, that's a really stiff walk cycle, Hammer. Should probably get that checked out. I don't get it either, Soma. All right, let's get our new ability soul. Malphus. Now we can double jump. Finally. Oh, that feels so much better. Let's switch back to the whip sword. Dude, I'm so glad we got Student Witch. When I had to test recordings earlier, I played through a bunch. I didn't get Student Witch, and I forgot how silly it was. When people in the comments were telling me I had to get it because it was silly, I was like, I don't remember being that weird. No, it's pretty fucking weird. It's so good. All right, we've done 10% of the map. How are we doing for time? Oh, yeah, let's get our way back up there. We'll go a little bit farther. So here we go. We got the definite benefit of range, but that speed can make a huge difference. Although with this guy, he's not going to try to attack at all because he needs to be super close to attempt an attack, which is really nice. Also, that fucking bear thing, which I had no idea about. Some people were like, hey, how'd you not know what this is? It's kind of badass if you think about it, but it's not something I've never heard of it, basically. But I don't really follow, like, demonology that much. Or at all, for that matter. Alright, we've got a save point here, but I don't think it's worth stopping just yet. Oh. Here's where that speed is a problem. Yeah. Ooh, nice! Didn't expect to get that. Breathes a petrifying cloud into the air, so I assume... Wait, you were a blue? What? Really? Alright. Huh. Interesting. We'll work on you. Dude! Yeah, there we go. Alright, looks like anything we petrify actually does take that extra damage. Cannot use it in midair, though. I have to be on the ground for this. This replaces the flying armor move right now. Which I'm actually going to flip back to for a second. I might as well grab that $100 coin while I'm here. Because I believe that constantly respawns. And since we've actually got a... No, it does not. Never mind. Let's say, since we have a shop that we can go to now, we should actually make sure we have some money on hand. How about you? Ooh, I like it. I like it. Yeah, I don't know. I know that there's a slower weapon in a little bit that will be... Maybe not this episode, or probably next episode that we can get. That's what I ended up using last time I played. It's, believe it or not, yeah, slower than this. But definitely made up for it in damage. This thing's main benefit is range. Can I just straight up get up here? No, I actually do need to get that box again. Alright. Okay, let's do this first, because I believe the box will respawn in the correct area after, and I think it's just one room. Oh, a little bit more than one room. Ooh! Heart pendant. What do you do? New accessory. Thanks. Good description. Alright. Ups our defense by 1. Ooh, but it actually keeps luck the same. I didn't realize that at first. Alright. So this also raises our luck. And also gives us defense. Why not? Now, for some reason, I thought... I know there's a specific item that ups your rate of hearts. Like, basically your MP recovery. And you get heart drops a lot more often. But I thought it was that, because I think it's actually that in other Castlevania games. But it doesn't seem to be the case, so... I mean, we'll just keep it for the extra defense boost that we're getting with our luck. And let's get up here and get a new weapon. It is the broadsword. Is this what I think it is? All right, attack goes up by another 4. It's a wide-bladed sword, but we attack completely differently now. We have a nice arcing attack, which compared to the quick like rapier attacks, kind of weird to get used to. But it does give you good overhead defense. So any flying enemies will probably get picked up by this. Plus, in the case of this little statue here, oh my god, let's get juggled a little bit more, John, while we're at it. It basically makes the bone towers kind of a joke to deal with. Any overarching weapon does that. Fortunately, it's just as slow as the whip sword. The real benefit is the overhead coverage and the fact that it does more damage. I may end up just switching back to that slower but more faster but weaker weapon. I don't know, we'll keep this for now, because especially since we have to deal with those ghosts. Well, you're not the ghost I was thinking of, but I'll kill you too. Works for me. Did we miss? Oh yeah, no, there's a room we have to get to over here. Alright. Yeah, see, now tiny devils are a joke. But Durga's a little more of a problem. Also, they drop some new armor. Is it better? That's the question. Drops you get from enemies, not always better. It is in this case, though. Sort of. So here's our dilemma right now. So our defense goes up by 3, and our constitution goes up by 2, which basically also ups our defense. Problem is, our intelligence goes back down by 5 because that's what the Silk Robe's giving us. So that means our bullet and soul attacks are going to be weaker, but we're solid otherwise. This may be not the best option, but I think I'm going to do this for now. Especially with how many small hits I'm taking, the less damage that does, the better. I may swap back in case I get into a boss fight, but should be okay otherwise. Ooh. Wish I could have got this when I met Hammer, but we've got another weapon. They're just starting to give me out like candy now. Crazy powerful compared to what we currently have. The only problem is, of course, it is stupidly slow. Even compared to the damn sword we had. So slow, and only the head of the hammer actually does the damage. The handle does nothing. I'll show it off against some enemies, but I'm not going to be using it. As you can see, it's not the best choice. Unless you've got a giant boss, then it's probably worth it. Let's switch back to that sword. Much better. A lot easier to hit with. I mean, if you think you can aim better with it, by all means, use that hammer. I'm just not a fan. Bigger fan of the person than I am the weapon. Go, my attack kittens! Every time. Just wish it didn't take so much MP. All right, can I get there yet? What do I have? I currently have, yeah, I have that there. All right, now someone told me. Oh yeah, I can get there no problem. I just have to jump a little better. Boom, there we go. Someone told me not to use the flying armor until I've actually made the physical jump, like I'm at the top of my jump. And that is because apparently like it slows your ascending and you don't get as much height as a result. Not sure if that's actually true. I'm going to take their word for it though, so you'll probably see me, you know, we can test that if there weren't as many enemies. No, that seems about the same actually. If there's a difference, it's very faint. Speaking of, oh no, we've already got that. Did we? Yeah, we've already got that. I may have missed the secret. I thought for sure. I know the melon's what I'm thinking of. We're good. All right, we're taking a lot of hits. Hate to do it already. Let's get back down to the bastard sword. I guess petrifying's not guaranteed too. Now remember, characters have weaknesses as well. Like, it's kind of funny actually that the rock armor can be turned to stone. Ooh, can you be turned to stone? I don't even get a chance to hit you with it. Take that as a no. Oh wow! Did not expect you to go up with that. We're back in the chapel proper. Can we get? There we go. Let's get some ghosts. Gonna get their damn soul though, are we? Alright, well, let's switch over to bone. No, I'm actually gonna switch to wing skeleton. Get flying armor. As much as I like the petrify move, right now I'm feeling like the flying armor feels better, I guess, because it lets me freeze in midair a little bit more. There is a soul later on that lets you actually like properly stay in midair, but right now we are nowhere near it. Thankfully, considering I hate the enemy in particular. Got a coin over there. I don't even think I can get to that yet. Never mind, I totally can. I've got 2 doors to choose from. One goes back to the area where there's more ghosts. This leads to Une and anti-poison item. And this top one leads to something very important, which is why I'm going to ignore it for now. Because I want to get... No, I'm not going to get that luck increase this video, I can already tell. I may grind for this off screen, we'll see. Because I would really like to have the luck increase just to have more drops. We're going to duck back over here first because... Well, first off, I want another shot at these guys. And this is where that whole dropping my int by 5 did not help. Come on! Ah, damn it. This is probably a bad idea, isn't it? No, it's not a bad idea. We're fine. Now we can get up here. And totally get hit by a dancing ghost. You guys are not going to drop anything in here. Oh, I can't get to the last part, can I? Shit. Thought I could. Alright. Let's just get out of here. It's that little thoughtful pose that Soma has when he's falling. One last go with the ghosts. Be the one. I mean, I'll hit you first, then you should be the one. Nope. Alright. So the reason I was a little hesitant to go up here at first, because I wanted to do that little exploring, is because this is a very important room. It is a warp room. Walk up to the mirror, press up, map comes up. Any glowing yellow room is a warp room. And the first one you find automatically throws you back to the very start. So now we're right back to where we started the whole game, basically. And since we're here, how about we go say hello to our new friend and our old friend, who is hopefully conscious now. There's Hammer. Before we talk to Hammer, I believe there's something I'm going to want up here. That looks right. That should be the lucky charm. Yes, it is. That should up our luck a little bit more, at least. Probably only 1 more point, huh? 2 more points, but we lose that 1 defense point. I'm cool with it. Let's do it. And let's fill out the map a little bit more while we're at it, too. Yeah, there we go. Whee! And yes, those candles did have things there.
Okay.
Hi! I hope you didn't get scared by the fact that I just jumped off of a fucking 3-story castle. Glad you're totally okay with that. Don't you think no, I don't think he's scary. I think he's kind of weird. Look at all those weapons. Don't worry. He's running a store for some reason in a castle full of monsters. I think Mina's got the right idea here. Dude's weird, but, I mean, I need weapons, so I'm cool with it. Oh yeah, by the way, how are you doing now? And it's the same, yeah, she'll keep repeating the same thing for now, I believe. So someone told me to check back with her later, because she'll start saying more and more as we get more and more of the plot. She'll say, like, start varied things, little scary things. But let's hang out with our dear friend, Hammer! Also, this ain't much of a shop, dude. You're just sitting on a box. Hammer, don't get any bad ideas. I mean, it's all the knife carrying he does. Hammer, you're like 35. What? Don't act like you're fucking 70. All right, we got the store. I'm pretty sure you know how a store works. I think you've lived at this point. If you don't understand how a store works, you may be 4 or younger. The important thing right now is we get another portion of the castle map. We can also buy potions, mind ups, so we can up our MP, or like recharge it rather, and to any of the basic items, and a bunch of new weapons. Here is the kicker. The majority of these weapons he said he found in the castle, he is correct. You will find the majority of these weapons in the castle itself. So you won't see me buying too many of these. I may at certain points because I just want like an up in damage if I've got the money. Like right now we can buy the scimitar, katana. We got a bunch of these we can buy actually. We can even get better armor. I may actually just get the better armor right now. Although I feel like we're going to get something new soon. Oh, he doesn't have that item available yet. I thought he did. So I was going to show off a specific item, but it's just not in the store yet. I guess just keep popping back here later times to have more items. For now, you know what? It ups so many stats. Yeah, let's get the war fatigues. And let's sell some stuff, so you can actually make money back by selling. Obviously, you get half the amount that a weapon would be worth if he was selling it. So we'll give him that extra rapier, give him that stabbing sword. You can also sell things you're not going to use, like I'm not going to switch back to casual clothing anytime soon. Any of this stuff. However, for some reason I hang on to the items. I don't know, like you guys might be the same way too. You just hang on to items just to say that you have one in your inventory, so I might hang on to that for now. If we get really desperate for money, I'm going to do it, but for now, not too worried about it. It's up a lot of stats. Okay, and I think that's going to just about do it for now. I'm going to head to the next save point. Oh, wow. We went a lot longer than I expected. My bad. Not that you guys mind, I guess, since this is updating weekly. Ah, what the hell? There's nothing else up here. Yeah, let's explore up here. This, I believe, is the weapon I was talking about that's up here. I think there might be a couple, but there's only one we can pick up for now. We might as well do it while we're here. Also, I thought 3 hits killed you, not 4. Also, keep that in mind right there. That's one of the weapons we can't get yet. We need a special ability soul again. Could not duck in time. And is this lightning doll or just killer doll? Okay. People have told me to watch out for lightning doll. They especially want me to get it. I believe that's much later, like clock tower later. Ooh, one new weapon, Cestus. or cestus. It is kind of what it looks like it is. It's basically a brass knuckle. Or a giant-ass boxing glove, apparently. Range is horrendous. But compared to what we're using right now, the bastard sword, actually, what is it equivalent to? I think it might be close to the, yeah, it's the exact same damage as the broadsword. So really, it's just, do you want to punch things in the nuts? Wait, is this not where that item is? Oh, no. What? Ah, damn, I was thinking of the wrong spot. All right. That must be that other tower on the right, then. All right, oh well. Either way, we got a brass knuckle. We got, how much of the map done? 26% of the map, so we did, like, I think we were at 11, roughly. So we did 14% this episode. There's going to be a point where that rate's going to slow down, unfortunately, because we're going to eventually have to start doing some major backtracking. But for now, this will do for this episode of Castlevania Aria as I slowly walk towards the nearest save point. Punch a bunch of zombies in the head. Some guys actually told me to also grind on these guys, because the weapon they drop... Oh, there's an item. Cloth tunic. Pretty sure compared to what I have now, that's going to be garbage. Yep. Someone told me the weapon they drop is actually pretty good for early game, so... But not today. Not worried about it right now. I just really want to punch zombies, I'm sorry. I don't usually use the cestus. I hate the knuckle options. There are some souls that can make them better, I believe. There's some specific punching souls, too, I'm also a fan of, but... After this video, we'll be switching back to the sword. At least for now. That'll do for Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week for the next episode. And don't forget... That's not what I expected to have. Alright, well... Alright, the moment's gone now. I was going to have attack kittens, but I guess the moment's gone. Free all my cats. Walk over here in shame.